Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, Invaders issue number 6. Um, Dude, I just want to I want to spit out who made this book so we can start talking about this pure insanity. Like, this is off the wall. So, the writer, Chip Zdarsky, artist, Carlos Magno, and Butch Juice, color artist, Alex Guimarães, VC's Travis Lanham on letters, cover, Butch Juice and Romulo Fierro Jr., and Carlos Loud does the graphic design. This is War Ghosts Part 6. That's this story arc. The next story arc starts in the next issue, and that's called Dead in the Water. Let me tell you something, man. First off, I did mention over in The Life of Spider-Man that I love the way that Zdarsky handles Iron Man. He does something very similar here. Handles Captain Marvel a little bit too, and Captain Marvel winds up manhandling Tony Stark, and I loved it. I loved it. It's the military people who are going to... It's funny, the non-military people are always thinking, just kill the guy. Man, you think that the world's that easy? A lot of people are all like, yo, you know what? If somebody talked to me like that, I just punch them in the face. Do you know what it means to actually punch someone in the face? Someone who talks like that usually has never actually punched somebody in the face. And probably hasn't even been in a fight. Because let me tell you something, getting punched in the face is a great way to stop you from punching people in the face. And freaking Tony Stark, man, this guy's just a jag. He's like, I've got a suit of armor. And this guy is the perfect hybrid of, Homo superior and Homo merminus. Which, yes, that's actually what the fish people, the Atlanteans and the Lemurians and so many others are called in the Marvel Universe, Homo merminus. Namor is like the top of the freaking food chain. It's like he's got everything badass in the world is just somehow injected into this dude. And yeah, Imperious Rex, biatch. Iron Man versus Namor. The question is, how many seconds is Namor going to last before all of a sudden he becomes a tin can? Is he just being ripped open? No. There is not a scenario in my mind where he has the slightest chance in hell against freaking Namor, especially if Namor is pissed. And spoiler, that's his secret. Namor's always pissed, dude. Even when he's mulling over, like there was the part in here where he's like, I'm going to find a way to make sure that the Nazi epidemic never happens again. Even while he's like contemplating, he's ruminating higher thoughts, he still looks pissed. Like, excuse me, Namor, your table's ready. Oh, I said I was not to be disturbed. I'm going to sit at this bar. Oh, wow. Namor did what Look, real talk, I thought that there was a chance that Namor would do exactly what he did, that's what the bomb would do. I really thought for a brief moment, and I threw that thought out of my mind because I'm like, that's just too crazy. There's no way. There's no... Right? Chip Zdarsky's like, sucker! He's writing all this stuff down. Wow. I did not I genuinely did not expect this. It's like, oh, that's that crazy thought that... Wow. Look, man, I love how he didn't actually hurt anyone. They were able to save everybody. There were some people on the fringes of the city and whatnot, and somehow the waves that came crashing in didn't destroy buildings. And I'm exhausted, guys. Sorry. Didn't destroy buildings and crush people and ruin livestock, whatever. I don't know, man. But like tidal waves are usually nothing to mess with. Like that's just wow, that is fussed. But somehow there were no everybody was a survivor. Nobody actually died. Now we're not going to talk about when the sharks come flying through and all the other terrifying, like the barracuda and all these crazy things that are going to come by and try and eat us. But wow, like what a great way to just shift the freaking tide, literally, of everything in this book, in this world, man. Like what this reminds me of. I am not necessarily a prepper, but I prep. I've got spare food, spare water, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know about caches anywhere, cash anywhere, but yeah, I got a bug out routine. You know, if the shit hits the fan, I know where I'm going. And I got more than one place. And my family knows how to get there too. You know, we got meeting places. I'm just saying, you know, if something happens, if the grid goes down, if we're not together, if we got abandoned our home or something like that, we got to have a place to go. Now, being in that field, I know some actual true to God preppers who are like, yo, man, when the Russians come over, I was like, you know, it ain't the 80s, right? I'm talking. Okay, my bad. Go ahead. I'm listening. When the Russians come in, and we've got like what is it called? The Red Dawn. Remember Red Dawn? That was a good movie. The first one was a really good movie. When Red Dawn happens, and you know, we got the invasion, and we got to leave. I'm like, will there be zombies? There might be zombies. Okay, zombies. Talking about the zombies. If the crap hits the fan, man, we're going to need a plan. And all I'm saying is the whole world's going to change. And that's what the world needs. I'm like, oh, wow. You know, I felt better talking about the zombies. You know what? Like, you're trying to bring this upon us. That's like forced revelation. You know what I'm saying? It's like, in order for Jesus to come, we got to sacrifice a red heifer and you know, make the smoke go up to heaven in the Temple Mount in Israel and make sure. And that's when all the, and they think Jesus is going to be on my side, and Jesus says he's going to be on this side, and they say Jesus is going to be on this side. And it's like, you know, nah, dude. Like, you actually have active plans of starting Armageddon. You know what I'm saying? Of starting Ragnarok, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, what's the matter with you? You are genuinely crazy. I want that to be understood. And I know people who are crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I've traveled the world, baby. I know people who are crazy. From all three of the religions, all say, Jesus is going to be on our side. How? Prove it. And disqualify what the other two say. And likewise, I know people who are preppers. Nah, man, like, that's what we need to actually get the world to wake up. What do you mean, wake up? I know some people on their phones and whatnot. Like, they didn't hear you when you're like, excuse me, I'm trying to get by. But, like, you talk about, like, ending the world, bruh. People talk about ending the world like it's, you know, nothing's going to change. Everything's going to change, and most of us won't survive. Like, the people who will have it the worst are the people who don't get that hit in the first couple seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, mercifully are the ones who died just in the flash or whatever the hell it is, man. Like, you talking about change? You talking about bringing on the end of the world? Yeah, you're crazy, dude. I know how to survive. But ain't nobody surviving that flash. And like that's what Namor just did to people, man. He literally just like, none of you will ever be the same again. And now you will live here. There are people who don't know how to swim. Like, there are people who don't know how to tread water, man. There are people who grew up in cities, and it's like, I've never actually been in the water aside from a bathtub, and I haven't taken a bath since I was 4. Well, you're screwed, bruh. How are you going to get around? Like, you know, trying to find handholds underwater and stuff. What you going to do, man? This changes everything for everyone. Everything. And it's just for one town at first, but this is what Namor plans on doing. Dude, and you want to talk about the crazy people. Those two Atlanteans who took on human form, knowing that it's an experiment, they probably won't be able to turn back. Well, they weren't able to turn back. Excuse me, but for Atlantis, for the sea, this is what they did. And they died when the water came in. How messed up is that? You want to talk about crazy, dude? I know some people talking about, nah, zealotry is the way to go. I'm going to need you to stand on this side of the fence and look in and be like, those people are crazy. Because they are. And that's what's happening here. Namor has literally gone off the deep end. Wow. This is about as interesting as I've seen Namor in a while. Let's face it, Namor's kind of a boring character. You want a cool underwater character, you go to Aquaman. He's all boop, 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 boop. You know what I'm saying? But this guy, like, aside from an Imperial, and how long has it been since we've heard an Imperious Rex, right? Because every time, Namor shows up, it's like that's his calling card. He just comes walking up and gets your card and like, oh, what's this? And you look at it and the card just screams at you, Imperious Rex. Like, oh, damn, dude, like, just burnt my eyeballs off my eyebrows. What the hell, man? That's Namor, right? Nah, dude, Namor's just been really calculated in this one. And it kind of makes him a little scarier, right? He's doing terrible terrorist acts, and yet, he's being so careful to not actually hurt anyone. I'm going to change your life forever, but I'm going to make sure you don't get a scrape on your knees even. This is kind of freaky. I love this book. I love what it's doing. I love where it's going. Guys, this is issue 6, man. That means that the trade paperback's coming out. If you haven't been getting the floppies, start with issue 7. Get this trade. Welcome aboard, son. This is a crazy, wild ride, baby. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.